Squeak, squeak, fellow animals. Alright, so today I'm going to be making this this eyebrow color thing. Here's the palette currently. To the 0 people watching, it looks alright, but thing is I just want to move some stuff around. I want to put this up here and freaking possibly make something out of this green color, put some brown in that, and yar. So I have been enjoying the stuff that I've made currently. It's all been good. It's all been just as normal. And yeah, I haven't caved and frickin' bought anything for the last, I don't even know, basically a year if we're talking about store stuff. And if we're talking about garage sale stuff, it has been a couple things just because, I couldn't help it. This is really freaking cool because it looks like a notepad. And one of them actually has the rarity of it's got something freaking wrong with the way the magnet was put in. The magnet is upside down on one of them. So it straight up just doesn't work. But yeah, and I haven't been repurchasing frickin' anything because I just don't do that. I would like to do that at some point in time, but I'm not in the place where I can actually do that due to the amount of stuff I have. In terms of lip products, that's my whole collection. And in terms of the whole rest of the face, I have various other things. And I'd like to do a video on that at some point because project panning it's important to me on account of the way people, the history of consumerism in my life has just honestly not helped freaking anything that's going on. But I hope that that I can just continue on doing this, and this can be my main source of dopamine or serotonin or whatever, because I really like doing this. In fact, I like doing it too freaking much, to the point where I used to make way too many things, and it just got kind of freaking weird, where I got to the point of having 10 lip balms that are the exact same freaking color as each other, and you genuinely can't tell them apart. I put them all on one arm, and it was all the freaking same, and it was stuff that I had made. So yeah, that was just very freaking unhelpful. And yeah, so I'm gonna light this up, and it's such a shockingly freaking small amount of stuff to put on there, but I'm gonna put it onto the top here, and this one, and talk a bit about various different things. And yeah, some of this I used up this morning on my hairline. I'm trying to film this video about freaking, this guy did all these hairstyles from back in the day, and I wanted to imitate that, but since I have hair loss, it's while doing that, and that's the whole point of the video. It's going to be really freaking funny. And yeah, so I did the hairline instead, though. I don't think doing the hairline would be a good part for the video, because what I want to do with the video is get some minoxidil and freaking put that on my hair, and the whole video that I'm going to be making, I want part of the point of that to be that my hair is regrowing itself, which, drawing a new hairline on will not freaking help. So that's why I decided to not film that today. But on the bright side, my brother came here with his phone that he didn't want anymore, because he's a one phone type of guy. I like to, in the past, I've liked to freaking own several different phones at a time. I think I have about 7 or 8 depending on what you consider a phone, and I think I even lost one in the house. There's just a phone freaking laying somewhere. I genuinely don't know. I've looked for it for the past freaking year, so I don't even remember when I bought it. But yeah, so he gave me that, so I can do better films now. But in the case of right now, I'm just filming on my laptop because that has the best volume. My phone is just not freaking great when it comes to microphone. I don't know why. I don't know why it dips in and out, but I think that's a problem that it's always done. And yeah, my grandpa was not hugely tech savvy, so he didn't give me any detail on that. But who knows? It might have got dust in it. It might have fallen somewhere or whatever. And yeah, so that's the whole thing with that. And my dad's has done that too, but it's a different phone, obviously. And yeah, so I get to put this whole freaking color here. So there's only two, it's only segmented into two different pans right now, which is great. I really don't like when one color is segmented all over the freaking place, because that was a hallmark of my earlier DIYs, is that I ended up with freaking all these different freaking DIY things that I wasn't really measuring, because you can't really measure. I literally I don't have, you know, units of volume or whatever, but I should definitely get those, because I just approximate with my eyes how much a gram is, and it's like volume of a gram, which I don't even freaking know if that exists or whatever. But yeah, just any lip balm, they're sort of all the same size. But yeah, so I will take this, and in the preceding freaking mornings when I use it, I'll flatten that out with the brush basically every time I use it. So that's going to be great. That's going to be really cool. And I'm going to start with this, which is the perfect freaking green color. And here's a swatch of this perfect freaking green color with bits and pieces of this thing up here. It's too bad that I don't remember how exactly it came to be, but it was probably made out of this eyeshadow up here or something like that, because it was just made out of something. But yeah, there's a bit of paste of that in there. And yeah, I've got eyeshadows that I'm going to make this out of right now. I want to use the lip balms and other various colored things, but I can't for this project. It specifically has to be green. So this is a pretty decent green. It's really pigmented, which is not entirely ideal, but it's what we got. So it's what I'm using. I'm not sure if I'll ever find the best angle for the camera, but I figured this is better than frickin' screwing with the damn ceiling light for the next 20 minutes and frickin' swearing at it and whatever. Because hanging things from the ceiling, I like this idea. I know it's the way it probably is supposed to go, but I think you're supposed to actually mount things onto the ceiling, not just frickin' have something hanging from a cord on there or whatever. And I'm going to put in some just basic brown that I've been using for my hairline for the last while. I'm going to do basically 50-50 of this. And I'd like to put in some gray to counteract this whole, you know, the tropicalness of the color, because the green is extremely tropical and the brown is sort of a neutral to warm. So it's not going to turn out exactly how I want it, but it's an eyebrow color, so it's not like people are really going to notice. It's not like an eyeshadow color. And yeah, so this all looks cool together. It's a lot bluer than I really want it to be, so I think I'm going to see if I can add some. I have some flesh-toned one in here. And it's just sort of a jolly Santa flesh type of color with a bit of mica in it. Originally it was a bit of mica that was put together like that. So yeah, that's sort of the color that I want. And I used to do a 50-50 petroleum and powder, but this one is going to be, I don't know. I might do it a 50-50, but the medium I'm using right now is going to be this Anarchy for Her Candy Chaos. I legit don't know what the hell this came from, if it's part of the Axe line or what, but I got this at a garage sale from the free bin, and it was open. So, I'm going to put some of that in there, because I'm not exactly sure about freaking actually using this, because I don't know. It was honestly such a freaking dirty garage sale. There was actually used lube in there, and freaking it was genuinely just freaking gross. So I feel weird about using that on my lips. I know it doesn't have to coincide with what was there, but it's just it's just kind of weird. And this chick had her credit card in there too, her whole credit card with her freaking name in it. So I don't even know what the hell was going on there. And obviously, I'm going to have to put in some lip balm into this, because the gloss, it would just get over everything if I had to, if I had this in my bag. And this is genuinely this is the palette that I take with when I go pretty much anywhere. So it's just going to have to be like that. And I'm sort of running out of lip balm that I don't like, or the cheaper stuff or whatever. I literally have this in freaking EOS, and then the sort of EOS looking thing in my pocket, and this is Starburst lip balm. So yeah, I really don't want to freaking use that, because it smells nice and it might even taste freaking nice. Not that I would have tried it by now, but I think I'm just gonna do lip gloss with bit of, yeah, I don't need to use I know I probably don't need to use beeswax, and I could probably just use candle wax instead, but honestly, don't want to be freaking just trying that out on account of you really don't need to. You really don't. You really should do your research on that or whatever. So it's just going to be beeswax and lip balm both today, or lip gloss. And this does seem like a really nice lip gloss, but it's just, it's psychologically weird for me to use, so I don't really want to. Yeah, that's probably about good. And it's just an easy way to use up a product, right? So this is what we've got in the spoon for the 0 people watching. And the thing is, I shouldn't even be doing this right now. I should be going downtown to freaking chill with some people, but I couldn't get it out of my head that I need to do this, and it'll freaking just be on my mind the whole freaking time that I'm there. So, yeah, I wish I had people on there to freaking tell me some stuff and say, something I could respond to, because I really don't want to sit in dead silence with this. It's just not a good enough viewing to watch, I think. I mean, I've been known to watch some boring live streams. I'm always catching. I always consider live streams to be an unedited version of whoever it is. So it's not, the best content. It's always just kind of content. It's just kind of there. It's like personal viewing of whoever it is. So I never think of live streams as the best freaking type of thing. It's just unedited sort of crap. Yeah. So this isn't turning out as green as I wanted it to. In fact, I don't think I'd say that's green at all. It just freaking looks like brown to me, which is kind of disappointing because I really wanted this to be green. But yeah, I want to do a trade of just any eyeshadow color for a green because I've got freaking red, you know, all these colors, all the girl colors, right? Because they always make it in freaking girl colors. They never make, you know, a set of earth tone colors for guys. So, you know, I'd really like to invest in doing something about that. But yeah, at some point in time, I want to branch out, frickin' make my own merch. You know, I've been designing the crap out of my merch. I know people probably wouldn't buy it because people mostly watch me for the Tarkan video, but and sometimes I think about doing a sequel. But the thing is, it's just not really it's not really my style of content. It's not something I want to put time and energy into because I made that video on a whim, freaking in 2017, and I still like his music. Obviously, you know, it's actually good music, and I have had people from Turkey hop onto my live streams and say, "Hey, you know, I'm from Turkey, frick, I'm one of your fans, squeak squeak, whatever." But yeah, I don't know. I never tried to covet a Turkish fan base the way I did with the Swedish one. I used to be really into Yokio content, but then I just kind of dipped out of it because I wasn't a huge Yokio fan anymore. So I did all these freaking videos that, you know, I even used the Swedish vocabulary that I have. And, you know, I'm even still thinking about doing a video like that, that, because I just like to frick around with the translating app sometimes. So yeah, this is what I've got now. It just genuinely looks like a freaking lighter, cool tone brown compared to everything else I have on the palette, which isn't a bad thing, but it's just I don't know, and it's really liquid too. I would trust this in a tube, but I don't know about in a palette. But since I've gone this far with it, and I really don't want to make any more because it'll just fill up the palette, then I'm just going to pour it in and hopefully it doesn't freaking run onto the other color there. This is what I hate about doing the half and half sort of things is that they're always running onto each other and I really freaking hate that. It's just the worst thing possible. Really wanted a green this time, but it didn't work out the way I thought it might. But I underestimate how I overestimate how many green colors I have with the eyeshadow. And I really always just freaking wanted a green eyeshadow. I don't know why the hell they refuse to freaking sell it. But I guess that's one of the trends that's sort of gone or whatever. You know, nobody wants to do the military eyeshadow thing anymore, which is kind of honestly dumb of them to not want to do anymore. But, you know, people go with the trends because we're living in whitey society, and that's just the way it's been dictated to be. If we let the natives take over, there wouldn't be so many freaking trends that just pass. I mean, frick, it just trends. They don't help anyone. They help you get recognized for looking good or whatever, but that's not something you want in society. I genuinely have such beef with the idea of trends currently because it's just stuff that you know. Once you actually freaking get it for cheap, then it's not there anymore. Congratulations, you've just wasted $5 on something that the time of which you can't get back, and you know it makes a person yearn for things that you know you can't get again. It just doesn't help anyone. Trends are not a good thing. I like fashion, but trends should just not be a thing. And the fact that anyone has ever spoken the words outfit repeat, no, no, go to counseling. Honestly, shouldn't be freaking talking about that even. It's just so dumb. just let people live their lives, you know? But the fashion world has gone really freaking weird lately, you know, because I went to the carnival and all these freaking dudes are coming up to me like, damn, bro, you look so good. You look so freaking amazing. I love the way you're dressed, man. And it's just, what the frick? When did this happen, you know? I remember the past 20 years where it's just only been girls that compliment people based on the way they're dressed, you know? And it's always about, you know, that a guy is dressed effeminately and a girl feels like she has to freaking virtue signal about it and, you know, whatever else. And but yeah, now it's guys freaking talking about that they like other guys' fashions. It's so freaking strange to me, but it's a welcome change because, you know, when you're getting out of that woke thing, you know, you don't get the validation that you would have received previously. Yeah, so this is pretty much done, and that only took about 20 minutes, which I kind of figured it would. And doesn't look insanely good now, but it's something, and I got it all recorded. And yeah, so I'm really proud of that. I'm gonna really enjoy using that for the next week or so. And I've just gotten rid of some freaking colors that I wouldn't really use, and some lip gloss. And here's the thing with hiccups, right? Is that, you know, every freaking time I've gotten hiccups, it's just because I'm bending over. So for the people that get them a lot, all you got to do is just lean back, put your arms like this, and freaking just hit your diaphragm until it wins you a bunch of times. You want to have the breath coming out, and then it'll just reset you. But you have to keep sitting up properly. But yeah, so I drained about freaking milliliter or two. And yeah, I have a brand new eyebrow color that hopefully will dry down into being solid like that. It's pretty much green. It's pretty much freaking green. So I'm satisfied with that. Finally, I have a green. Man, I was thinking that was really not going to work out, but when you compare it to the brown, it definitely is different. And here's the purple. And then here's the brown. So the brown is really similar to the green, but it's a lot warmer. And you can definitely see that. So I've been thinking about this for so long. The idea of a lip gloss eyebrow and the way I'm playing with it now, it really does seem to have that stick that it needs. So yeah, that'll be good. I'm really genuinely so freaking excited for the next, you know, year or so, just letting this collection freaking drain. I don't want to own this anymore. I'm so freaking done. Genuinely. I mean, I don't wake up excited that I freaking own this. This was a frivolous freaking clearance section purchase. I got this for like $2 or $3, and I genuinely knew that I wouldn't use it. So it's just yet another thing where I'm like, oh, great. Another thing I don't need. Another thing that I bought. Another thing that freaking, you know, just continues the cycle of freaking whoever the hell owns what in the world. I don't want to be part of that. I'm really so genuinely done with consumerism. And I say that as somebody who finds freaking new clothes on the road all the time. I got this shirt from the road. That's why there's so many holes in it. I threw this through the wash twice, and it freaking, this is one of the best fits that I found on the road, not just in the park. The park is a much better place to get clothes if you're child size like me. So that's always an option. And yeah, ever since I've been doing this, my lighter fluid has drained considerably. There's only about a quarter of it left. But this is a better use of it than freaking, you know, whatever the hell else I did with my lighter. You know, sometimes I write letters to my dead best friend and freaking, you know, imagine they're going up to him and whatnot. And that's something else I like to do with my lighter. But yeah, so I'm excited about this. I'm very excited. I really freaking don't want to have to use most of this. I figure a couple of grams of eyeshadow freaking lasts me a year or something. I don't remember how much it is, but yeah, a year or half that amount. I don't know, but yeah, I want to freaking use all this up so bad. I want to find the biggest uses for that. So yeah, I should probably get down there. There's no possible way I'll make it in time, but I can get there late and it'll be fine. And squeak. Hopefully somebody freaking watches this after the fact, because I didn't notice anybody hop on it freaking one time this time. You know, honestly, just kind of weird. Because I don't know. I mean, I guess it's not exactly at the end of the workday now. People are still at work or whatever, but considering the fact that I've done this same stream at random times of earlier in the day, or even at 1, and there was even one viewer. Yeah, I don't know. It's just kind of weird. I figured there would be more people, but I'm not mad about it. Every time people come on, I freaking end up screwing up in some way, you know, because I don't really know what people find entertaining about me, you know, what exactly people are obsessed with, what people want to see, because I know what the hell my family and friends expect of me, but I don't know what my YouTube fan base expects of me, and even at this point, so many years later. And that's kind of the reason that I've gotten to the place where I have. You know, it's not. Yeah, I haven't done great at it, but I'm not quite Goose Wayne level, right? He spent 17 years as a failed YouTuber. He posted that thing recently, and yeah, that's not me yet, and I don't want that to be me yet. And it's really all about, oh, that is disgusting. What the fuck? Oh, there was a damn shell of a cupboard worm on me, and I don't even know how that got there. That is freaking gross. Yeah, so anyway, yeah, I want to find my niche. It's literally all about freaking finding your niche, and I don't know why somebody hasn't done a course on this yet. Freaking, there should definitely be a course on finding your YouTube niche. I don't know why somebody hasn't done that yet, but yeah, if somebody offered that to me for $5 or something, I would definitely pay for it. Anything more, I probably wouldn't, because I'd probably think it was a scam. But yeah, and I also want to show this off. This is my wig hook holder. It just holds it on my desk so that it doesn't roll all the way off. This part here was to hold it, but my knife wasn't sharp enough to entirely cut through. Then we have 2024, and we have 4 for the 4x4 lace part, and then we have 13 for that, and then we just have part for T and C parts. But yeah, I'm really slow at that right now. I'm not the best at making the wig stuff, but this is what I have so far. That's taken me a ridiculous amount of hours. I used to be able to just smack out a crochet wig, but this is so much harder to use. I did not know. Anyway, yeah, I should really freaking leave. Bye. Squeak, squeak, squeak.